Crap. Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with BBQ Champs Academy, and we are so excited to have a great guest on tonight. Mr. Ricky Bocanegra has just been absolutely killing it on the competition trail, and we are super excited to have him here tonight. Looking forward to everybody's comments. If you've got to come in and you got a comment for us, let us know. We certainly do want to acknowledge that you're here. If you got any questions for Ricky, obviously you can certainly reach on out to us and let us know. We'll try to come in and ask a couple of the questions there as well. Hope everybody's had a really great week so far. I know in Louisiana it has been raining so much. It rained so hard yesterday and the wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour. And I'm like, man, I have never seen this kind of rain that we have had down here in Louisiana the last 3 weeks, but it has just been unbelievable. So I'm sure a lot of people across the country has been getting it. Man, we got a lot of folks already done joined us. Got already 33 folks. Got folks coming in. We got Brandon here. Certainly appreciate you, Brandon, always being with us. Mr. Rick, how are you doing, sir? Glad to have you here. Got Caitlin in the house. Thank you for being here, Caitlin. You and I can always count on you and Brandon being here. Mr. Scott, appreciate you being here. And I think I saw last night you was on John Lindsay's show and you was cooking something. So I don't remember. Maybe it was ribeye steaks or ribs or something, but I remember you was cooking. So you got to quit doing that to us. You're always out cooking and eating, watching these shows. We got Papa Joe Grilling Supplies in Hutto, Texas. We certainly do appreciate Chuck and Vanessa. I need to reach out to one of you guys tomorrow, so if I don't call you, if you would give me a call. I want to talk to you about something that we're going to be doing for BBQ Champs, and I would love to have one of you give me a call. Chuck, if you would, maybe give me a call tomorrow. If you don't have my number, you can message me and I'll get it over to you. Let's see who else. We got Mr. Matt Overson on here. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great week. Glad you are joining us here with the show. We got Mr. John. Good evening from Madison. Yes, and it's probably very humid up there. I've heard y'all have had a lot of humidity up there as well. My good buddy, Mr. Nick Dunn. Nick, I hope you're going to be in Minden this weekend. Take it easy on us. Don't beat us up too bad. Glad that you've joined us. Mr. Big Jim Hudgens is in the house. Since I'm coming out of barbecue retirement, let's get with the pro tips. I love it. Oh, Emilio, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. James, glad you're here, man. Yeah, you probably do know that guy. I think you had a cook against him this past weekend. So glad to have you here, James. We really appreciate it. If this is your first time being on our show, we hope that you'll come back. We do have a lot of fun with these shows. Got Miss Anna. Looking forward to spending time with her and Hottie the Scotty. So her husband, we always have a great time with them. We got Juke on here. Hey, everyone. How are you doing? Got Mr. Brandon. How are you doing today? We got Lucas all the way from the land down under in Australia. Glad to have you with us, Lucas. Mr. Andy, I haven't seen you in a couple competitions. I've been missing you, man. I hope you haven't hung it up too much yet. Get out there and start cooking again. These competitions are really going. Glad to have you with us here. I got Juan here all the way down from Ed Couch, Texas, if I've got that right. So Mr. B Extreme, Danny Helm, glad he's here with us. And certainly looking forward to a great show tonight for sure. Let's see who else we got. Mr. Mike here, Candace Rogers, great to have you here as always. Mr. Randy, I appreciate you being here, and I know that you wrote a review on our website about, I think it was Robert's class. We was having a little trouble getting those reviews. They weren't coming to us, and I just seen a whole list of them. We probably had 25 or 30 reviews come flooding into my email today. And I do want to thank you for that review. I'm certainly going to reach out to you as well. I want to talk to you about some things that we've got going with BBQ Champs also. Got Mr. Dustin Stanley with the Barbecue Store down in Hempstead, Texas. Dustin is one of our partners on BBQ Champs. Certainly glad to have him here. And got a special announcement to make with Ricky and the Barbecue Store here just in a little bit. Man, we got folks just steadily coming in. Randy, thank you for being here. Paul, appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, yes, buddy. Larry, yeah, what is that recipe for those tacos? Man, Ricky cooked some tacos for us over in Gilmer, Texas here a couple months ago, and it was like, oh, my word, they were off the chart. So, Erica, great to have you here. I know y'all had a great weekend this past week. Mr. David Darnell, don't be nervous, Rick. Yeah, he's already been sipping on his little drink. I don't know what he's got in it, but he said, I'm trying to calm my nerves. So, but David, we have certainly been missing you, man, and I certainly hope that you'll get back out on that comp trail. I haven't seen you in a while, and always so great to hang around you. Let's see, Nick Dunn. Yeah, Larry, you know how he is. He ain't going to give up that recipe on them tacos. So, oh, he did give it to you. Great. I got one here. Glad to have you here with us. All the way down, let's see, doing barbecue rental and catering from River Ridge, Louisiana. There we go. And we got Mr. Steve. Looking forward to this one. Yep, it's going to be a great show. So if y'all got any questions, we certainly do want you to be able to ask them for Ricky. And I'm going to try to ask a lot of questions just like I do in our barbecue class to try to, just get their story. This is all about learning a little bit about these guys, especially a new up-and-coming cooker like Ricky. Want to kind of see how he got started, and we're fixing to get ready to do that here. Before I do, though, I always want to thank our partners that we've got here on BBQ Champs Academy. First of all, Danny Helm at Be Extreme Barbecue. Couldn't do a lot of the things that we do without him. Love him and his support and everything that he does. B&B Charcoal, Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, Mr. Brian Crawford. Appreciate all of his support and all the rubs that he's carrying. They carry about 95% of all the rubs that we have in our classes. He's also got a great product, his Crawford's Barbecue Pit product as well. Papa Joe Grilling Supply in Hutto, Texas. Once again, another one of our great sponsors that carries just probably 95% of all the rubs and sauces and everything that we use in our class. We appreciate them so much. So if you're in that area, around that Austin area, you can certainly swing in there. My good buddy David with Gunnar Wilhelm. Now, I did talk to David on Sunday. We are trying to get you another big promotional promotional discount for some Gunnar Wilhelm knives for Father's Day. So, guys, if your wife is like mine and you're married or you got a girlfriend, they're like, what do you want me to get? What do you want me to get? I was like, I don't know. You want this? You want that? It's like, no, I've got everything. Well, I've kind of was like, if they're in the same boat that I am, how about, hey, honey, go get me these Gunnar Wilhelm knives. And by the way, here's a coupon. So she won't care. She's getting a little discount. So we're working on that. If you have bought our all-access classes, that's one of the great perks of being part of BBQ Champs Academy. And our all-access classes, we will be bringing you some discounts. We're working on adding a whole lot of other new companies to that. And we are definitely going to be trying to get that implemented within the next week. And we're looking forward to bringing you some good discounts from a lot of our partners. Tapaq, they're working on a new dual temp probe for the steak cookers. I think that's going to be a huge game changer. And also Dustin Stanley with the barbecue store in Hempstead, Texas. Dustin's got an amazing store down there. He carries about every rub known to mankind. I know he carries at least 95% of the rubs that we're using in our classes and our barbecue and our steak classes. So I really do appreciate all of you guys for what y'all do and helping us and having a one-stop shop where a lot of these guys and gals who buy our classes can go and jump in and pick everything up. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I see we got a few more folks that's on here. Jack Cashman, appreciate you being here. Gabriel, thank you. There's Mr. Joey Smith. Miss Marissa, Miss Champ. She was the 2020 SCA World Champion. Thank you for being on here. I see Cynthia is on here. That's my dad. Well, we're fixing to bring your dad on. And the man that's been tearing it up as well, Mr. Chicken Fried Barbecue himself, Mr. Bill Purvis. Congratulations, Bill, on your big grand champion again this weekend, man. I tell you what, I put you and Rick together, and good Lord, y'all have about half the dadgum grand champions in Texas. So without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour, the one we've all been waiting to talk to. And that is this man right here, Mr. Ricky with We Dem Boyz BBQ. Buddy, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Mike. I'm glad to be on the show.
Thank you, sir. I tell you what, I appreciate you being on. We certainly do love you and what you've been doing, man. You're just a great guy to hang around. I got a chance to hang around you when we was at that competition in Gilmer, Texas. And you and your lovely wife, Mel, it was just such a good time. You're a very humble person, and you was just one of them kind of guys that, I was like, I want to hang out with him. You're pretty cool. So thank you for being on our show.
Oh, no problem. Yes, sir.
Well, I've got a couple questions for you. I want to kind of start off. How in the world did you get into barbecue? Did you have an influencer when you was a young lad? Did you have a mom or a dad or an aunt or an uncle, or what was your big start into barbecue? Was it just a passion right off the get-go in competition, or did you just kind of work your way into it and from a young age?
Yeah, I started with my father. He used to always cook in the backyard. And, we have family gatherings and just cook, and I used to sit around and just watch how he cooks. The old way style with onions and, just fajitas, tablitas.
Right.
All that good stuff. And that's how I just love cooking, because barbecue brings family together.
Right.
And it was just real good. I loved it. I love what I do. I love what he did, and I love the food.
Right.
You can tell.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So I just kept it up, just cooking, learned how to cook, and not only barbecue, I can cook all kinds of food.
Right.
I'm not, not like a professional chef, but I can cook.
You cook. You learned. I mean, did your mom help you in it, or was it mostly your dad? Yeah.
No,
well, I know
both of them really.
I got you. Well, I know one thing. Them tacos that you cooked for us in Gilmer, out the park, man. I mean, they were so good. So you definitely are well diversed in your cooking, rather than just barbecue. That is for sure. So. Anyway,
that's
so
where we are.
Right.
We love to cook, have gatherings, everything. Like a cook-off, we just cook for everyone. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah. Well, I know you opened up everything to us when we was there, and man, it was so good. It was after the competition, and you was like, "Hey, come on, let's get to eating." So and we had a really good time, and that's the thing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you get family and friends and loved ones together, and that's just what makes barbecue, so great.
Oh yes. Oh, that's good.
Well, so how when you was cooking with your dad and stuff, I mean, what was the big things that you liked to cook when you was young?
Beef ribs.
Beef rib.
Beef
oh,
ribs.
Really?
And the beef rib. He's not that guy that's gonna go buy season. There wasn't even hardly no season back in the day.
Right.
Just salt and pepper. That's all it was. Salt, pepper, and onion, and the onions. Yeah. That's it.
And onions. Yeah.
And that flavor right there, you still can't beat that. Salt, pepper, and onions flavor. It's good.
It's hard to beat. I mean, salt and pepper is a base on everything. So,
yeah. On those beef ribs, it's just real good.
Yeah.
And I'm a little nervous right now, but I'm getting in there.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, and then just learn how to burn a fire with him.
Right.
Burn it, just like what's it, Tootsie?
How
you burn the coals and then you put it in the pit. It's kind of the same way.
I got you.
So I'm trying to figure out where did this come from? Because it's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Wait till the wood turns into coals and then just burn it
and then
just cook. Yeah, so it's been around for years.
Yeah, there it is. That right there. It definitely, as Brendan says, thin blue smoke. That definitely gives you that thin blue smoke. I saw that. I don't know if he was obviously he wasn't referring to that because you just said it, but thin blue smoke's what does it, right? You want that nice clean smoke, and you can definitely achieve that by having those coals and putting them in the fire. So
yes.
Oh goodness gracious, man, Ricky, you got a whole host of folks. You even got Michelle in here. Michelle, how are you doing? Glad to have you. I don't think I've ever had you on our show before, but we certainly appreciate it. And you are a young lady that we definitely need to be getting on BBQ Champs Academy. I don't think I've had a female barbecue superstar, and you are definitely doing that. So I'm going to have to reach out to you and see if we can get you on here as well. So, but anyway, that's a big thing, and you can learn from them, but you can also see these barbecue guys out doing it week in and week out. and there's a lot of stuff to learn from those guys as well. So let's talk real quick about how you transitioned from that to your first barbecue competition. Where was it at? Was there anybody that you met there, or anything that you know now? So how did you get into the barbecue scene?
Okay, I was always doing the backyard grilling all the time, do family gatherings, and then I had a friend, G6 Barbecue. He invited me to the Mesquite Rodeo. They had a cook-off. At that time, 2016, I didn't know if it was an IPCA or a KCBS or what it was,
right?
Or Lone Star. So we just went. We just took what we had in the backyard trailer and just loaded up the grill and went out there, and we just gave it a shot. And I was nervous. I said, I ain't got it. He says, just go ahead and just do you. Just cook like you do in the backyard.
Right.
And well, I did, and it's so crazy because what we cooked with was just regular OBQ brisket rub and Lawry's seasoned salt. That's all I use on the brisket. And I told him too, I don't have all this special knives, special equipment like you do. Right. And we had craft barbecue sauce. That's all we had.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, craft barbecue sauce.
Out of the bottle, man. You can't beat it.
Out of the bottle. Cheap stuff. We did it, and brisket made it to the tables. I was like 16th place tables, and then from there, he's like, "Man, you got something. You need to continue on doing it." Yeah. So from there, we just.
So that was where at Mesquite. Was there anybody that you? Was there any? Who was you there with?
No,
was anybody there that you knew? Or
no, I didn't know nobody. The only person, the person that won one grand champion out there was Lone Star, Cody Amber.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him at the time. I went up to him and congratulated him, and I was so happy for him because it's my first time seeing if somebody won a grand champion. I'm all new to it. So I was like, man, I want to be like you one day. I told him that too. I want to be like you one day. I want to walk one day. And,
so who was you parked next to?
Just to my buddy, G6 Barbecue.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was parked next to him, and he was helping me a little bit, show me. But it was, I didn't know anything about barbecue, but I loved it because the people are so friendly. They give you little tips, whatever, and it was nice. It was real nice.
What about this? What about that guy right there? Have you ever met him at a barbecue competition before?
Man,
surprised me there, brought me in.
I met him in 2000, probably like 2017. I met him probably.
I think it was 2017.
Yeah, 2017. I met him.
There you go. So. Well, that's Mr. Corey Mikes. If y'all don't know, he's one of our pitmasters on BBQ Champs Academy, and there's no denying who this man is. He's got the world records. I see all them American Royal trophies sitting back there with the world champs. So got three of them stacked up by there. I'd be wearing them proudly too.
Yeah, some of mine and Dad's, and actually, I feel Dad always likes to tell me that mine are category wins and runner-ups, and this is his overall trophy, and then all of his category wins are on that side of the room, and they're lined up over there. So
oh goodness!
Hey,
but man, I know that you had cooked with him at one of the competitions, and I was trying to figure, was it that the first competition where you met him? But it wasn't. I thought it was. That's why I was trying to get Corey.
I think it might have been the year after, right?
Yeah. Yes, the year after.
The year after. Yeah. Well, I wanted to go ahead and bring in another special guest, too. We're going to all ask you a bunch of questions. Now, no pressure, Ricky, because I don't want to put you on the hot seat, but we've also got another guy called Lee Hickle.
Oh,
so, hell, the gang is all here. Now the party can get started. So, I tell you what, man, we've certainly watched your barbecue journey. So and we've all just been so impressed by what you've done. So you go to your first competition. You have a good time. You have a little final table walk, which is great. And so what happened from there? How did you? That was in 2016, 2017. What happened? Did it just continue to go?
It continued to go. We continue, and then start picking up other seasons out there and start doing a little better, getting a call out of, it could be 10th place, whatever. Start getting a call and starts getting better. And then it was always been hard to get that first and second. It's just hard, no matter what year. I mean, I've been trying for years just to get that first. It's always hard. I used to always say, one day I'm going to get that first. One day, it's hard.
You talking about the grand champion? Getting the grand champion?
Getting the grand champion.
Yeah.
It's super hard. It's hard, and it can happen. If anybody's watching out there, for y'all watching out there, it can happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. Get a grand champion. Because I would never thought hit grand champion like I'm doing now.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. That's for sure. So so 2017, you're cooking. You kind of get in more into the competition scene. Is that what you're doing at that point?
Yeah, I get into more of it. We just do like maybe 5 a year, 4 to 5 a year. Just a little bit.
When did you really start trying to? Okay, I want to try to get in a regular groove of doing it, or was you just always doing 4 or 5 a year?
I was always doing 4 or 5 a year.
I got
4
you.
4 or 5 a year. It's just because I met a couple buddies and we just kept on just teaming up, like hanging out at these cook-offs, meeting up, and get a phone call. Hey, you gonna cook this comp? Yeah, I might as well. We just been doing it like that. We're following each other.
Right.
Like a little chain of us, and
Oh, we do that. We got our little clan. We all do that. We got Anna and Nick and Catfish and myself and Larry, and we just Benji Lewis. I mean, we have a good time. It's just kind of like our little family that we try to always catch up at barbecue competitions. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, it's so fun.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
Okay. Well, we've been. I don't know. We always cooked, and we just did it for fun. It's all family. I got all the family, my brother, and just family. We all got into it, and we just do it, and just either we get a call, we don't. We're still happy.
Right.
It's just all for fun. We're just having a good time, but it's nice to get a call, and we just go with it.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the fun thing. So let's talk about the grand champion. So what was the turning point for you to all of a sudden this last year just you started absolutely knocking it out the park? What was the big turning point there?
Well, first of all, I went up in you talking about 2021?
Yeah, for starting last year and coming into this year.
Last year.
Yeah, starting last year.
Yeah, I took Corey's class. And he helped me out a lot on the class and everything, and helped me how to do the fires management, and how to do the injection, brine, and everything. And
right.
I said, okay. Tweaked it up a little bit. It starts getting good. It's starts getting real good. And then I said, you know what? And then I start walking more. And then I said, then when it hits to 2021, I said, let me take another class too. So what I did, I already had a plan. I said, I'm going to put these two together, use them as a weapon.
Lose them as a weapon. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
I said because these two guys right here, they're strong. What they do.
Right.
Said,
Lee, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'll give you a call after this.
Yeah. Y'all probably need to do that.
Yeah, them two are fixing to start sharing information. So, you took mine and his.
I'll be looking for flights to North Carolina.
Yeah. So
yes,
you had a plan of attack going into this 20.
I had a plan.
Yeah,
attack going on. I played possum.
I love it.
Yeah. So when I came to it, I just said, I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna try it. Boom! It was shocking.
Right out the gate. I remember you started in Irving, Texas, in February, and if I recall, that was your first grand champion, wasn't it?
That was my first grand champion.
First grand champion. So you started in 17. I know you took Corey's class at the end of 2020, or in the middle of 2020. I think I remember you taking it then, and then it was shortly after that you took Lee's class, and then your plan of attack, as you just called it, I was the strategy. I was going to take the best of theirs, work them together, and go after it for 2021. And then you did that. You put it together over the winter, and you came out swinging in February, and it was grand champion right off the get-go.
It was good. It was real good. From there, I just kept it up and just went with it. But let me tell you, these two guys right here, strong. They're strong winners. You put those two together, you got you a mighty.
You got a mighty
power on that brisket.
There you go.
I think what's great about it is you take just what you said. You take my class, you take Lee's class, you sprinkle in some other classes, and you take someone with your pedigree, with your background of cooking with your dad, and that baseline knowledge, and you add the love that you put into it, and you got something special. Call it the secret sauce, but
there you go. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the secret sauce.
Yeah,
there's some secrets. There's some secrets behind it,
Right. Yeah. Right.
But it's like all three together.
Right. And that's it. So let me ask you a couple questions. What was it that you learned? Give me a couple things that you really learned from Corey's class. What really stood out to wow, the light went off. Man, I didn't know that. I didn't think of that. Lee's listening. What is it? Lee's wanting to know.
I'm trying to pick up on what I need to pay attention to myself.
Okay. What he stand out of is the meat prepping.
Okay.
The meat prepping that showed me a lot from when I watched that class, and I was like, okay, that helped me out a lot. The meat prepping.
Right.
Because I just pretty much just cut meat and just trim a little and everything. This guy right here, he gets down to, I'm talking about 30.
Yeah.
30, he make that chicken plump, everything, real fancy.
Right.
And his stuff came out. The trimming helped me out a lot. The trimming and how he injects and his sauces are outrageous.
Amazing.
His mix, it's amazing. His sauces.
Yes.
His sauce, it's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, he brought half ever barbecue company's rubs and sauces, and I was like, "What in the world?" I was like, "Wow!"
What he needs to do is put that in a bottle.
So
you don't have to do no work. He'll just sell his
just in one. Amen. Yeah. I'm with you there.
Let me tell you, it's a job. Corey makes you work for it.
That's it. Yeah. I've said it before. I know I can outwork everyone at a contest. That's something that I tell myself. Now Lee, he's a strong competitor. I know when he's there, I got my work cut out for me. So when I'm sitting there and it's pouring down rain at 5 a.m. and I got to go out there and stir up the fire and throw a log on and check my brisket or whatever I got to do, I know I push myself to do that, and it starts day one. When you're trimming that meat,
right?
Prepping for the contest.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is so true. So, so you took the techniques that he had, is what it sounds like, in his recipe on all this crazy, awesome goodness, injections and rubs or sauces, and you started with that as the foundation. Now, what about when you got a hold of Lee's class? What did you really pick up on his class, and then how did you kind of marry them and blend them together?
Okay, well. Okay, this is another guy right here. Okay. On Lee's class, I don't know where he gets this from with the chicken. But man, this guy right here is a surgeon. He's a surgeon when he gets down to it.
I know.
That's another. I got to work hard again. I can't get a break with these two. Okay. He's how can I say it? He's
detailed.
He's real detailed in what he does.
Detailed. Yes.
He's real detailed in what he does. It's got to be his. I can see it's got to be his way. You got to pay attention. But his chicken, I'm talking about the way his class, he's taught me a lot how to do the chicken.
Right.
And you can tell right there off the back.
Yeah.
It works. His class works, the chicken. And I learned a lot off his brines.
Yeah.
His brines helped me a lot. Yeah. A lot of that. Like I said,
so
put both of them together.
Yep.
You put both of them together, it's strong. But back to leagues again. It's he helped me out a lot too on that. On the brisket, chicken, and ribs.
Yeah.
They're both real good.
Yeah, and you just found a way to take them and put them together and had a plan.
I found a way to put them. Yes, I found a way to put them together. I just used both of them together. It's so hard to explain because it's both of them. I'm using both of their meats together, both of their trims and everything.
Right.
It's making a unique trim and the style of trimming and everything. Sometimes I get confused.
I have to go back and watch them.
Yeah. Sometimes I get confused. I gotta go back and watch it because I feel like, okay, how did he do this? I forgot. That's a good thing about watching this. Being with BBQ Champs Academy, I can go back and watch it again because I forget. I said, okay, how did Lee do this? And it's a really good.
Do you think that really helps over? We're really the first ones to ever come out and do this. It's world first. Online tell-all classes. These guys, a lot of people really will. Are they really telling it all? I tell people all the time, the proof is in the walks. We've got so many people that have had top 10 calls, grand champion after grand champion. Heck, Corey had a guy that took his chicken class, and I think he had a top 15 American Royal call the first time out going last year or in 2019. Mm-hmm. And I've just often, people ask, what's the biggest benefit? Well, what do you think? Do you think being able to go back and watch them over and over, or going to a live class that you only see one time and you hope that you got all the recipes? What's your thoughts on that, Ricky?
Oh, this is way better. It's way better because no matter how much notes I take, you can get sidetracked and I'm just saying you get sidetracked and you forget about something. And the thing about this show, you can go back, watch it again, watch it over and over. Rather than I've been to a couple regular classes. Right. When I get home, I'll write notes, but when I get home, I'll be like, oh man, what about this?
Right.
I can't, right. I can't go back and tell them, hey, man, I forgot this part right here. This and that. With this class here, you can go back, watch it over and over,
Right.
Over, watch it.
Mike, that reminds me, should we put a disclaimer in there for the wives that we're sorry you're going to watch our ugly face multiple times?
Yeah, we probably should. They're probably, honey, where are you at? Watching Corey. So.
That's what I've got guys that have reached out to me that I know at a contest. They've been sitting there and they're in the middle of their brisket cook and they're like, "Oh man, I forgot. What do we do here?" And they'll pull up the video on their phone and pull it up and watch it.
Right.
They've given me that feedback, so I think that's something. I think that's huge.
Right. Well,
Ricky, they hear that a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
they hear that. They hear that a lot. When I'm in the other room, they hear, "This is Mike Steele from BBQ Champs Academy."
Oh God!
They hear in the background.
Oh no!
In the background, they're like, "You're watching it again?" I said, "Yes, I'm watching it again." Right before I go to cook-off, I'll have to watch a little clip. I said, "Let me go back."
Wow!
The pregame.
Yes, the pregame. Yeah, I'm psyching up. I got to go get it. So,
but that's what you hear is Mike's, and she said, "You're watching again?" Yeah, we're watching it. I'm watching again.
That is too.
For like a good 4 weeks. Now I
Right.
finally just got it down.
Got it down. Yeah.
But yeah, but I was watching like for a full month, like here or class. There's a lot of classes, by the way,
Yeah.
and so I got enough time for like an hour to watch a couple, stop, and then watch another one, another hour, another day, another hour.
Right.
But that's all. She's after a while, she's like, "Wow, that's a lot of watching that show." You know,
Lot to learn. Well, I mean,
yeah,
I think
a lot.
Lee's classes are almost 10 hours, and
Hmm.
Corey's, I think, is 8.5, 9 hours. So you think about it. You can't just watch it one time and
Oh
grasp all
no,
that. You have to
no.
watch it multiple times. So
Ricky,
you
I got a
figure,
question for you.
okay, go ahead.
What what was the driving factor in you wanting to go to BBQ Champs Academy and take any one of our classes? Were
Yeah,
you
that's
at
a
a
good
point
question.
where you couldn't go any higher at the cook-offs, or what was it?
What was it? Is For one, I seen Corey. Corey was on the show, so I was like, you know what? He's a hell of a cook. I said, I'm gonna learn off of him. He's probably the first one I seen on there. I said, I'm gonna go for his show, try it out because I don't know who's really hot. I wasn't up on the IBCA checking who's running points. Who's top 10, who's top this. And I never kept track of that. I just done it for fun. And so Champs Academy popped up, and I saw a familiar face on there. So I was like, oh man, I know this guy. If I'm gonna learn something, let me learn from him because I remember like his dad was going to Royals and stuff. So I said,
Right.
you know what, I'm gonna try this out. That's what made me get into BBQ Champs Academy. I've seen a familiar face, and so I'm gonna give it a shot. He's a hell of a cook. I know he's a hell of a cook.
Right.
So from there, I just went, okay. That's when I start seeing all these other, top cooks in there, and then that's when I saw you on there. So, oh man, he's got a lot of wins
Yeah.
too. So
Right.
that's what made me go to BBQ Champs Academy. Did the research on it, and
Right.
so I said, I had nothing to lose. Just try them out.
Yeah.
Get that
That's interesting.
get that fire going. And
Right.
but
So do
that's
you
what
think
that's what
that
got me
was
to
a big?
bar.
Do you think that taking Corey's class, my class, or any one of our classes you could have taken, do you think that got you where you are today with all these wins and the success you
Oh
have?
yes, oh yes, yes, yes. It helped me out a lot.
It's solid.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
both of y'all are real good cooks. They helped me out a lot. I probably
Well,
would have probably been stuck at probably like at second place brisket, second place brisket, fourth place ribs, and like chicken was so hard.
right.
I probably hit first place chicken once a year on chicken,
Right.
and it's super hard. But
And
taking both of y'all classes has helped me a lot.
and never had
So
grand champions. Here's the
no, I
kicker
never
right
had.
here. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, since then, and this is the start of January, 6 grand champions, 2 reserve grand champions, 2 sixth place, and 1 fifth place in your last 12 competitions. I tell you what, man, that is about as strong as it can get.
Mhm.
And I think the biggest thing, and let me kick that off real quick. That ain't the one that I wanted to go to. Let's try this again. This is the one thing that I kind of really started noticing what you was doing, Ricky, and it was just like, man alive, look at this. So here's this year right off the score tab on IBCA, but it all started right here at the Elks Lodge. You had a fifth and a sixth. I know it was right after you took Corey's class, and I think Lee's both, and I guess obviously you had a little time over the winter. And you come out and you said, I came out for war. I came out with a game
Yes.
plan. And you came out the gate. Look at this, a grand, a grand, a grand. The next weekend, a 6. You come back the next weekend, a grand, a reserve grand. And then here you roll off another grand, and another grand. Man, that is,
And I mean,
that's,
a lot of these aren't small contests, right?
no. I mean, there's 70 teams at Terrell,
Yeah.
and Risk It for the Brisket. I think we had 35, 40 teams there. And, Elk.
And
I
then
know we had 45 or 50 teams at the Elk Club. I mean, that's a tough competition.
Hmm.
So,
oh yeah, there's
and
a
then,
lot of people,
yeah, and you look at
and
this. Look at this brisket. First, a first, a second, a first, a tenth, a second, a seventh. I mean, just outstanding job, man. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that is kudos to you because you figured it out. You wanted the help. Yeah. You put it together. It's the tools. We gave you the tools to get it, and they're great right out of the box. But you figured out how to put it all together. Mm-hmm. And not only that, man, but heck, you're 10th place in the IBCA points with only 8 competitions. My gosh, the guys and gals at above you are probably going, man, I'm glad the season's ending, because if you had another 4 or 5 competitions to get in with 3 more comps of the way you're going, you'd be sitting in number 1 spot, man. So congratulations.
And I missed the membership back in November. We've already signed up for the IBCA to get up points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we've already signed up. But and what you're saying, like all these other comps, like the Jubilee was pretty big, and Hempstead was big. Yeah, I didn't even know who I was going against until people were telling me. There's some big dogs who were out there too.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a Fort Worth guy, right? Is that right? No. Kind of Fort Worth area. What area are you out of? Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these you went down to Hempstead. Was Hempstead one of the GCs? Mm-hmm. I mean, these are recipes and techniques that travel for you. And although it's state of Texas, but it's a big state. And stuff changes a little bit, but good food travels. Yeah.
Oh yes.
You talk about that, Corey. Good food travels. Now let's talk about Lee Hickle real quick. I don't want the show to be too much about that, but let's just talk about that. So, good food travels, good recipes travel, right? So let's talk about what Lee's done. And just for those people listening, we got somebody that just popped up and said, let me find the post real quick. I don't want to get too far away. So it was David. This place is making me want to enter my first SCA state comp. Yeah, David, we've got competition cookers that are just absolutely amazing. Go read the reviews on our website, bbqchamps.com. And then you're talking about barbecue. What does IBCA stand for? That's the International Barbecue Cookers Association, and it's an organization that's pretty much all over Texas. A few of them is in Louisiana. So I just wanted to answer that. But Corey just said good food travels. Now, everybody think about that, and this is a show to try to help you. How does your recipe go? Ricky did good in Terrell. He's done good in East Texas, almost over here to the Louisiana state line, all the way down to Hempstead. We're getting down to Houston. And good food travels. Well, let's take Lee Hickle, okay? Now, Lee Hickle was the IBCA points champion in 2019. He runner-up in 2020, if I got that right, Lee. Right. Runner-up, and he ran out of competitions because of COVID. Heck, if he had 2 more competitions, he would have probably just went right back to first back-to-back. Lee chose this year not to do IBCA anymore. He wanted to make it, to go harder, to go to a bigger organization like KCBS, who has competitions all over the United States, against, I think there's 11,000 members in KCBS. Lee, where are you at right now? What state?
I'm in South Carolina.
Where was you at last weekend?
I was in North Carolina.
And the week before that, where was you at?
Georgia.
And then week before that, you was up in West Virginia.
Ohio.
Okay, so you have cooked West Virginia, Ohio, South Carolina, Georgia. Okay. Mississippi, Florida, everywhere. Good food travels. Now, I want everybody to think about that. All right. KCBS ranking 11,000 teams. Lee, where are you ranked at in ribs?
Number 1.
You're the number 1 cook. Where are you ranked at in brisket?
Number 2.
Where are you ranked at in pork butt?
4th.
Now, guys, that's a first, a second, and a 4th in KCBS against 11,000 teams. And how many times have you cooked in any of those states to find a flavor profile that works?
Limited, very, very few.
None.
I bring my IBCA Texas profile
right
on the circuit. Fred Robles, the master of all barbecue, in my opinion, said good barbecue is good barbecue.
There you go.
Corey just reiterated
good food travels. Good barbecue travel. And I don't want to leave out. Where are you at in chicken? I know you've been still trying to figure out chicken. Where are you at in chicken?
20th.
20th place in chicken. Hey, still not bad out of 11,000 teams. So, and you're figuring things out on chicken. Everything else has been working. You've had to go from an IBCA half chicken to KCBS thigh or leg, completely different. But you are getting there because you've had walks your last 2 or 3 competitions. So, but that is something to think about. I think, and I hope everybody else thinks about this. Good food travels. If it's good, it's good, and you shouldn't have to change flavor profiles a lot. Would you agree?
Yes.
What about you, Ricky? I mean, you obviously you're starting to see that. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
So, right. Yeah. So I mean, that's the biggest thing, and I think you got to find something that's a well-rounded recipe that works, and I think it was Corey, and I don't know if it was in your promo video, Corey, or I think it was in your promo video because I've seen these videos on Facebook so many times. I can go to the American Royal and get a world champion. I can go to here and get a world champion. I can go. My food works everywhere, and I have seen that. There's people that's in South Carolina that's taking your class. I had a guy that took your class. First competition he went, there was 90 teams there. He had a second place rib. Right out the gate, said he ran 100% your stuff. We have Steve Dobson, who was on here, is in West Virginia. Struggled, never did real good, place here or there. Takes your stuff right out the gate. Grand champion, reserve grand champion, first place. And he finished number 1 at the Mid-Atlantic in the backyard division. That, to me, if people are on the fence wanting to know how good the classes are they really tell all? I tell people all the time the results speak for themselves. That man right there, Mr. Ricky, Steve, numerous other people, the classes work because one of the things that we knew on BBQ Champs when we did this was we want it to be a tell-all class. Tell these guys and help them, and that's how we're going to grow. I wanted to see the sport of barbecue grow. That was the biggest thing. I wanted to see it grow, and this is going to help it grow. Now, Ricky, I mean, you obviously. What do you think? I mean, do you think this platform helps grow? Look what it's done for you.
Yes, this is what I forgot to mention. You got Corey with like KCBS style, right? Like on his class, and then you got Lee Hickle with the IBCA class. Like I said, you mix those two together, and that's what makes it pop. Because I can go back just to one person at a time. I can go just once I start learning where I'm going.
Right.
I'm picking up. Okay, they didn't want this style. I'm gonna go to Corey's. I'm gonna lay off like somebody's class and just stay with one like for that area, and then see if that'll work. I'm learning as I'm going to different, like say in the Houston. Like I'm gonna like I got both of them combined. And the next time I go out there, then I might just go back. I might just, go with one cook. Go with Corey's or Lee's just to see which one was going to hit. I'm picking. I'm writing down notes and everything. But like I said, you got both of them, 2 different styles.
Right.
Give
us a couple pro tips then that you've learned, maybe 1 or 2 pro tips that has helped you achieve what you've done this year. What's the number one thing that that's definitely helped? Little pro tips that's helped you succeed and be successful.
It's like probing the meat, like camp, turning, like when to pull the meat out, when it's done, when it's rested and everything. That's what's helped me out a lot, because before I was just going with just probe everything, and I learned off this class is you feel for tenderness, and you do the little, you start learning off of these guys, off everything, little things off of them, and that's what helps me out a lot, because before I just throw a pin in there, it's over, okay, it's done, and by the time when I pull it out, well, I needed like at least about 10 or 15 more minutes. I should have did this and that.
Right.
That's what these guys helped me on. And how, like how to build a fire.
I want to point out that was one of the biggest concerns, people, when this was early, asking me, well, how do you teach tenderness in a video format? And I thought we went into a lot of detail on that.
Yeah.
Plus, it's another thing, if it's not working for you in your area, well, that's what you got Lee and I for. You reach out to us and, we'll give you our feedback on our experiences. So you're getting the class, you're getting the techniques, and you're also tapping into those experiences that we have, which I don't have experience cooking all over the East Coast like Mr. East Coast Lee Hickle, but it's been fun, this journey. I don't want to detour everything, but Rick, can you tell me, so when I met you in 2017, this is what I remember. I remember setting up next to you at that mesquite cook-off, and it was one that we couldn't get in Friday night. We had to roll in Saturday morning, so we didn't cook brisket. We cooked kind of steak in its places, this little exhibition contest, if you will. And I think you had a huge Shirley built smoker. It said We Dem Boyz on the side of it. I think you said it was like a tailgating rig, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
And then the thing that stuck out was this. You had your whole family. It seemed like you had a ton of. It looked like your wife, your brothers. You had a lot of people there, and that's something that it stuck out to me because I'm a big family guy. So how did you transition basically from that Shirley smoker to, what did you go into, and now what are you cooking on? What type of offset?
I'm cooking with the Rock and W offset smoker. Rock and W. That Shirley was a reverse flow, and and then I said I went with that one because I wanted the heavy bark. The heavy bark on my brisket. Reverse flow is a whole different style of cook.
Right.
It cooks good. Don't get me wrong. It cooks real good. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Texas style, but just with the straight offset smoker.
Straight offset, yeah.
Straight offset.
Offset
gives you better bark.
Better bark. And I went with that, and it seems to be working.
Right.
I tried it. If you think about it, not if you think, but I have cooked on all kinds of smokers from them. I couldn't find a cook with drums. I still can't get drums to work. A lot of people do great on drums.
Oh, yeah.
They're real good on drums.
Yeah.
And then I just kept it. But and another thing is, I saw you had that old, you had the Jambo offset smoker.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't wait no 2 years for a smoker. But so I need something now. I need to start doing something real now. And I think that a little bit's got to do with. This is my opinion. I think a lot of it's got to do with the pit, like the old traditional stick burner. People might say, you're wrong, whatever. But shoot, I think stick burners are coming back out. That's my opinion is stick burners. I think they're coming back out because I tried a lot of meat on the drums. It's like a whole different flavor.
Yeah,
they work too. Don't get me wrong. But
right, yeah, the drums have been tough. The drums have been tough, and it's going to probably it has its waves. Right now, the drums are hot; they'll probably fall off. The offsets will probably come back, and that's the way it works. Ricky, I tell you what, man, you have had an amazing journey, an amazing story, and we're all just incredibly proud of you. That's why I wanted to bring Lee and Corey on here. Our satisfaction is when we see people like you that was doing pretty good, but no grand champions, not consistent is probably what you wanted to go out and to be able to do what you've done. And it just makes me feel great. I remember when Larry Dwayne Anderson took our class 3 days after we started, and he goes to his first competition. Now, this is 1 week after we launched, and he has a second place and a rib and eighth place chicken or something, and finished third or fourth overall, and he was ecstatic, And I was just like, man, that was great. And it just continues to roll. We appreciate you being such a great spokesperson. I didn't know what detail you was going to go in on this show, but we appreciate it. And with that said, I just want to make another announcement to everybody. But Dustin Stanley at the BBQ Superstore has now invited Ricky to be part of his pro team. And so I know that's a big deal for you to be representing such a great company like the barbecue store. And I'm proud of you. I've got a feeling that more people is going to be coming your way. And you're a class act from the get-go. Your entire family, your lovely wife, your children. You're just a very humble person, and you're just great to be around. We appreciate your story. I mean, this is just, it's such a good journey to see. You made it your own. You took these techniques and you made it your own. And you told me something else, and maybe one of these pro tips that you can give is, I want you to talk about leaving the drinking party and going to bed. Let's talk about that pro tip.
Okay, we're gonna get there. I used to be that guy that used to go to the cook-offs and just like a big old hangout, big old party and everything, and just go for the fun, whatever cook. But if you really want to walk, then you got to shut it down. I had my brother-in-law call me about 9 o'clock, say, hey, it's time to shut it down. Go to bed, leave it alone. There's a lot of money involved in it. Like, hey, you need to stay focused, and that had a lot to, that has a lot too. You stay focused on the meat, and I wake up super early. I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning. So I won't be rushing through everything, have my meat prep. Like Lee's, he gets up super early on his meat prep and everything. So I wake up super early too on that one. And in between, there's always something to do. So you won't be rushing and trying to rush your season or anything. That's one thing I learned about Lee is wake up super early. Get it. No matter if you're cooking hot and fast or whatever, wake up super early. Prep everything. Have everything ready for you. Have all your seasons on one side. Just be ready for it.
Right.
Because believe me,
Ricky,
start rushing.
Right.
Yeah, I carry that super early cook technique in KCBS. KCBS is 12 o'clock. You have half-hour turn-ins between all your meats. I wake up at 4 o'clock. I mean, my meat goes on at 4 o'clock in the morning, I should say. Turn-ins till 12. My meat rests almost 4 hours, and everybody in KCBS thinks I'm an idiot, right? Like, you can't let your meat rest over 4 hours, right? Well, prove my stats wrong. Why can't my meats rest 4 hours? So I carry that same technique in KCBS.
Yeah.
Yep. My brisket rests for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be thinking I could just get an extra hour of sleep, but no, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to. What's working is working. If I sleep that extra hour, then I'm gonna mess up.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Wake up early, get it, and go. I just stay with that same routine, and it's been working. And it's helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
I might be a party.
Awesome.
I might be a party pooper now, but hey,
you got the GCs to show it. Ready?
I'd rather go
Ricky,
home.
What's it like having tax-free money?
Nice.
That's it. Yeah.
Real nice. I give. Yeah, half goes to me, half goes to the wife.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Hilarious.
Real nice.
That's
tax-free
awesome.
money. There you go.
How do you get half?
How do you get half? Well, you give her the half. That's it. Half's yours, half's mine.
Hey, let me tell you why. Because she gets barbecue in her nails, and I got to give her money to go get her nails done the next week.
Oh, that is funny.
She helps me. She helps me through the whole thing. But I'm gonna tell you, out of everything, man, I got a super. It's this whole barbecue deal that I got going with this team. It's all family and my brother-in-laws. Every one of them, they're down to earth. They help me out on everything. They're there every comp I go to. From my brother and brother-in-law, I got an army. Corey's seen it. I could have Yeah. They're all in it. Every single one, from the little kids and everything.
I'll tell you, but you said it at the beginning, barbecue's family, and I preach that too. Like, man, I want to win just as bad as anyone else, but at the end of the day, if my luck is getting me home safe, to my family, that's what it's about.
That's
it's about
it.
Oh yes.
That's it. That's
Man,
it.
it's
You
so
know,
good.
Michelle's over here laughing, love it. Nails are definitely part of the barbecue band. You know what? I tell you what. I tell you what we need to do. I have met Erica before. I think I've met Michelle one time. I don't know if she was invited, but I remember she was there. Here's what we need to do. I'd love to have Michelle and Erica on the show at the same time. Now, you two young ladies, I know y'all are listening. I saw Erica just post, and I was hoping Michelle was still on. I'd love to have both of them on, and let's hear the ladies, because these are two of probably the hottest females, especially Michelle and Erica. Man, she scares me to death every time I show up at a competition with her. Don't let that pretty smile fool you. The girl will throw you down and beat you up. So, but I'd love to have Michelle and Erica on our show and have the females on. So if you two are up for it, just post now. Oh, okay. Erica says, "Oh, all right, Erica, are you up for it?" And if you are, Michelle, are you up for it? And if you are, I'll certainly reach out to y'all on Messenger, and we can certainly talk. But I'd love to have y'all on it, because you know the ladies, I'm telling you, they are up and coming, you know. So Michelle says sounds like a plan. So we've got her. Erica, you want to get? I'm down. So we got Erica, and that may be our next show. We may have Erica and Michelle on. But I tell you what, these ladies are absolutely just killing it. And what used to be just a men's sport, getting out here doing barbecue. I know these two right here, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. Rachel Blue, we used to cook with her all the time. They've kind of taken a little break. Man, she'd scare me to death every time she'd show up. There's just a lot of really, really good female cookers coming up. So, you know, if they get their nails dirty, they're not worried. They're going to have money to go get them. They'll keep all the money.
Can they go cook steaks with Marissa?
Yeah, maybe we could get them out to do that. Y'all to go there and try that. I'll donate a steak class. So. Oh, Erica says, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's do it. We're going to do it. I'll tell you right now. So I look forward to that. Ladies, I will be reaching out to y'all through Facebook Messenger and get you the number, and I'll get y'all's email. We'll walk y'all through this. This is a fun show to do. I tell you what, I've had a great time tonight with three awesome cooks. Ricky, man, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure I speak for Corey and Lee as well. You know, congratulations. Lee, you got any final words for Mr. Ricky?
Ricky, I'm very proud of you, man, for what you've done in the short amount of time. Even though you represent yourself, you think, there's a lot of people who are now looking up to you from what you've done, your accomplishments. Take it when people say, congratulations, good job. Can I shake your hand to get your autograph? Embrace it. Enjoy it. You really have done a lot for Texas and everybody who knows who you are as a barbecue family. So embrace what you've done and just continue with it and just enjoy the ride. It's a blessing.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Yeah, I would echo everything that Lee just said. That you know, it was really cool for me because, you know, I met you in Mesquite here 2017, and we became Facebook friends. And, you know, to be completely honest, like I told you before the show, I always thought your last name was Mel. So when I was seeing you post all these, you know, post how you were doing, I'm thinking, man, this guy is like, he is friggin' automatic right now. And then I hear back from Mike, and this was probably 6 or 8 months after. He said, no, that's the Ricky that bought your class. I didn't know your actual last name. And that was just like, I was so much more elated because of that. It's, you know, just an awesome experience, you know, to kind of watch it from afar, you know, and really to think that, you know, I had a little piece of something to do with that's really humbling to me. So, you know, I appreciate all the kind words and all the hard work you're putting in, you and your family, and you know, just keep doing what you're doing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt. Absolutely. Well, guys, I hope everybody's enjoyed our class. Ricky, thank you once again for everything that you do. Just like Lee said, grasp it. You know, you're a true spokesman, I think, for the barbecue community. And we appreciate you, and we love you dearly for what you're out doing. And I hope to get. I'm looking forward to cooking with you in Lake Merville here in a couple of weeks. I know we had our film crew there last year, and if I recall, we had your son there. He was cooking a steak. And I think that was the first time that I had met you, and I think you had just bought Corey's class right along that time. So I hope everybody's had a great time. Ricky, appreciate everything. Any final comments from you, brother?
Yeah. That we're bringing it to Lake Marble.
Uh-oh. There we go. There you go.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it is, but I got to get some. I got to get some.
This one here is going to be released after, probably by November. I'm going to release it.
Okay, you got a rub that you're working on.
I know. People's been asking on. Is he going to
the end of the show. He throws this out on us at the end of the show. Wait a minute. Now I got to get you back again. Whoa, wait a minute. You've been holding out on me.
Are we doing any pre-releases or pre-sales?
Yeah. Can we start? Can we start now? Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's throw that out.
Great. I'm happy for you.
But for everybody's watching, you got to have both of these guys. You got to watch both.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fighting power there. To get both of them, it's gonna work.
That's good.
Don't hold back. Don't get one. Get both.
I love it. I didn't know you were gonna say that. Thank you so much, Ricky. I tell you what, we've had a great time. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show. I hope you'll join us every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central. We mix it up with barbecue. We've got some of the absolute best steak cookers in the SCA that you'll be able to pick up some amazing pro tips, backyard tips for the grill and stuff as well. We talk all things barbecue, steak. We try to have people on here. We've had Gunnar Wilhelm talking about knives, Ed Riley with B&B Charcoal. We've had Dustin Stanley on here talking about helping the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. We've got a lot of folks following us, and we really do appreciate it. Spread the word. But the main thing is be here with us every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We get together, barbecue family and friends and loved ones. And to me, that's what it's all about. So we appreciate everybody. Lee, thank you for joining us. Corey, thank you for joining us. And our special guest tonight, Mr. Ricky, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you. As we close out all of our classes, we'll say it here. Barbecue's about family and friends and loved ones. And as I always close it out, have a lot of fun